training sessions the same day. One for month. How are you, girl?
For anyone wishing to speak, that you can sign, fill out, and leave at the back table. Those will be brought up and you'll be called in order. Thank you. Mayor here in Scottsboro, and it's a privilege for us to host this meeting here tonight concerning the B.B. Comer Bridge. It's always great to have the Alabama Department of Transportation Director and his staff here. It's not every day we get that opportunity, so we appreciate him giving his time to come and to meet with everyone here tonight. I'm sure there'll be lots of information that will be gained.
See the turnout, and we discuss a very important issue that's very important to the community here. And look forward to hearing from your comments. I did have a request earlier if we could do a presentation, and at this time I want to ask.
I'm pleased to be here. Many of my friends and some of my neighbors are in the audience tonight, so I'm glad to be able to give you an opportunity to be heard on a topic that I know is not to quit. But if you have something that you believe is unique to say, we will stay here long enough tonight to hear that. So with that, let's begin. And Tony, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you. Thank you, and the first part of our public hearing process begins with hearing from any elected officials. We heard briefly from the mayor, who welcomed you tonight. Heard also from Senator McGill. Are there any other elected officials either here with us at the front or in the audience who would like to be heard?
Introduce myself, Matthew Hodges, Chairman of the Jackson County Commission. We have a couple of our commissioners here today. Of course, we're interested to hear all the aspects from the DOT and from all that everyone has to bring, but we did want to show support and understand more about this project, so we're glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Ms. Betty White. I think we've grown up loving having that name.
I just want to say that bridge has been a part of my life for 40 years. When I first came to Scottsboro, I remember the two-lane bridge that you were talking about. Being afraid to meet, the trucks on the bridge, and I just have enjoyed sitting in my den for 40 years and seeing the bridge and seeing the traffic, pass by. So my hope is, that we could keep the bridge, but I can understand, all the things that you have to go through to keep it. So that's what I'd like to say.
Thank you, Ms. White.
Thank you to all who facilitated this meeting. We appreciate it very much. I wonder how many of you have read the book, The Little Engine That Could. I think probably everyone here has. That's how I feel about Scottsboro and Jackson County. We can save the bridge. We've saved other historic landmarks through the years. When we bought the Brown Proctor House for the Jackson County Heritage Center, people said, "Oh, that house is about to fall in. It'll never be anything." But the mayor and the city council believed in us. The citizens got behind it. It's a beautiful historic house museum now. The same thing with the Scottsboro Freight Depot. People thought, "Oh my goodness, you'll never even get that building swept out, much less make it presentable to the public." But people in Scottsboro and Jackson County did it. We pulled together. We have a track record in this county and in this city that if we work together as a team, we can do the work, we can raise the money, and we can preserve our bridge. When they built the bridge, the people came. In 1936, on September the 29th, 2,812 tickets were given to people coming from Sand Mountain across the bridge to celebrate the freeing of the toll. That night, there were still 3,000 people in Scottsboro to see a movie. The bridge was built. They came. Preserve the bridge, and we will have people enjoying the bridge and tourist dollars coming into Scottsboro and Jackson County every every week of the year, not just hunting season or fishing season or golfing season.
Thank you, Ms. Chamberlain Lynch Minor.
Hello, thank y'all for being here, and we are very committed to seeing that this bridge is saved. It's more than just history, although that's very important. It could mean so much to our county, our city, as far as tourist dollars. It's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of hard work. But like Ann Chandler said, we're determined, we can do the work, and there are funds out there available that hopefully that we will get. They're grants, and it's just going to take work. But like I said, it can be a really positive thing for Jackson County, for Scottsboro, and even for the state. I don't know if any of you have ever visited the Walnut Street Bridge in Chattanooga. Granted, we're not Chattanooga, but recently when I visited there, in speaking to someone, she said that the bridge was what made Chattanooga. It has certainly given them quite a boost to an area that was not a place where you wanted to go and walk around and visit, and you were scared. People are there all times of the day, just enjoying being outside in the environment. I think that same type of thing could be brought here to Scottsboro and Jackson County.
I'm one of the friends of the Big Trauma Bridge, and we have a lot of plans for the bridge. A lot of plans that I'm very familiar with the bridge that's been saved in Nashville, and they have a lot of things that they have done with it. And I have a poster that you can see later if you want to. That bridge brings in money. It doesn't take money out, it brings in money. And there have been everything done with that bridge that we thought of. Weddings, proms, everything, dances. And I feel like with the hard work that we have, there's 9 of us that have been working constantly since April of 2012. It wasn't something we just got up today and decided to save a bridge. And we are determined to save it, if at all possible, and keep it standing above the river. And there's just, it could mean a lot of tourist dollars.
Sooner than you think. My name's Bob Shackelford, and I have to Bama Wildlife. But there are a lot of us, not on Facebook, that support Big Common Bridge. And I don't pretend to know the legal aspects and the liability that Big Common Bridge incurs. I have no idea. I'm sure there's plenty. But you would think that the state and the local governments come up with a reasonable conclusion that everyone could be happy with. Most everyone by now have noticed the huge nest on top of Big Common Bridge. They are built strong and secure. I've never known of any of the large logs that it is built out of falling or causing a problem. They don't bother anybody. Or neither do they cost the taxpayers money. Okay. Of course, they don't pay taxes either. But they are beautiful to watch and to raise their babies. They feed mainly on fish in the river, which one could assume there are plenty of food for them and for their small ones. What are they? Are they eagles? No. But if they were, would anyone be considered destroying the old bridge? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But they are osprey, which are as protected by the federal and state laws as the eagle. They can't be harmed or neglected the same as the eagle or the owl or the hawk.
I'm Lally Dawson Lake, and I'm with Friends of the B.B. Cummer Bridge, and we want to let you know about what we'd like to do with repurposing the bridge. We'd like to bring more customers to businesses located near the bridge, allow tourists to view the river without slowing traffic. We feel if we save it, they will come. We'd like to provide a destination for visitors, boaters, walkers, bikers, and we'd like to provide an educational venue for students of all ages to observe nature, engineering, history, and area culture. We feel like there's possible.
I'm a member of Friends of the Big E Comer. I've been living away from Scottsboro for over 40 years, but I grew up here. And we know that we're getting into this quest late in the game, but we're not opposed to tilting at windmills, so we're going to give it a good shot.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker is Don.
Time-honored tradition.
Next speaker is Don Hodges.
My name is Don Hodges. My affiliation is regardless of where I live. Scottsboro has been my home almost 70 years. I really appreciate your opening remarks. I can only fault myself that I did not know about the 2002 meeting. That's my fault. I also respect the situation with the navigation commitment or situation there. But my main point is, and you address this too, is the financial situation, because the bridge is not just going to take care of itself. It's going to still continue to be maintained. And I'm a practical kind of guy. And I don't think there's anybody in this room that understands the financial situation we're in any more than I do. I mean, at the city level, all the way to the federal level. But my point is simply this, and I wish you would consider it, all of our elected officials and everything, is that with the financial situation the way it is, we can still find the money to spend millions of dollars on the social life of an earthworm. We're still wasting money out the yin yang. So why can't we preserve a bit of history? So I really wish that the political audience would consider that in whichever way you want to.
Dear Senator McGill, Director Cooper, and Division Engineer Harris, and other distinguished representatives, my name is Sleep McDormand, and I am here tonight on behalf of the National Historic Bridge Foundation based in Austin, Texas. Our foundation is dedicated to the issues of preservation, rehabilitation, and replacement of historic bridges and the issues involved. We face issues like this across the country, and we thank you for your time tonight and giving these people a chance to participate. We look forward to working with you, these people, as this process moves forward.
I'm Sherilyn Harris, and I'm here on behalf of the people who want to save the bridge. And my grandmother has inspired me to be here tonight. She's told me stories from long ago when the bridge was first being built and how they were excited to be able to cross from Sand Mountain into the town with a toll of only 25 cents. And I'm also an employee of WKEA FM radio, and we have a new addition to our area, which is like 105.7, and which is another reason to keep our bridge. It represents what our area realistically has to offer in this county. Our beautiful lake that has generated nearly $17 million in tourism, outranking 16 counties in the state. And we can add to that. Let's keep the bridge for recreation, tourism, history, and I believe the sunsets will be beautiful to behold on an afternoon run or bike or walk. I'd even pay a toll to cross it as a citizen who is just as excited as my grandmother was long ago. And this is only the beginning. Thank you for your time.
Here's Mr. Charles Kilo.
Hi, fellas. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. I would like to suggest kind of a solution. I think if we could close the bridge for maybe a weekend and allow the people the great opportunity to walk across the bridge and see what they're really trying to preserve. It's one thing to talk about it here. It's kind of like explaining how these bananas, what it tastes like. We really need to be a part of it. I've walked across it several times. It is in bad shape, but I think it should be saved, but we need to see what we're getting into before we.
Broadway. I'm a member of the Friends of the Bridge. Lived here all my life. Well, not all my life. I was born here. Let's put it that way. My father was a crane operator and a dragline operator for the Kansas City Bridge Company that originally constructed the bridge. And so I have a lot of sentimental attachment to that bridge for that reason. I understand the problems. I really appreciate you coming and giving us this time, giving us your time and giving us this information. We've tried to acquire some of this information previously. Some of our members have and have had difficulty getting it. So we appreciate your being here and giving us this information, these cost estimates and other factual information. Thank you very much.
I'm James A. Shelton. I'm from Bisbee, Alabama. I'll say that 2 different times I was coming off the mountain. One time, everybody may remember when the bars hit the bridge, slid out 18 inches. 5 minutes before, about 5 minutes earlier, I was on the bridge. One time, I was leaving Southern Vale, they even stopped the traffic because it's so tall, couldn't go under the bridge. I think they said it cleared about 4 to 6 inches. And I think that's one reason the bridge is done, because they want to raise power for more barges and stuff to go through. And I gotta say, if you want to save the bridge, I'm a taxpayer, I'm against it. My tax money should go to somebody else for it. If they want to save it, they put their money. Don't use the taxpayer money. One other thing, how you want to make it safe for kids out there? You want to put water all over it? They want to climb it, want to jump off, how many going to be killed? Your kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, how many going to be losing life when you count that bridge being there? You can't put guards there all the time to keep people off of it. Just think, it could be yours. And I agree with most of it. I think Mr. Cook. Is that right? Mr. Cook. I agree wholeheartedly about what he said. What it would cost, it's not enough money that people that want to save it could ever, I don't think they could ever save the bridge. Well, that's going to be 50 years from now, that's what save it. The people that want to save it now, other people forget about it. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Showing up tonight, I hope this meeting. My concern is the environmental issues of dropping the bridge into the river. I understand that the city water intake is located there. What's the concrete dust going to do to the fishing and the other life around? Does anybody address that? I've seen nothing publicly about it. I've looked online through Aldot and Alabama. I've seen nothing of it. Maybe that should be some public information put out there on it.
Good evening. I just want to say that I appreciate all of you being here to listen to us. I'm Justin Lackey. I'm a local attorney and also involved in numerous local organizations. I won't list them because I don't know if they endorse what I'm going to say. But I do appreciate you being here. I think that a lot of people are involved in this movement that maybe are not here tonight because of whatever reason. I know that there is a Facebook group that has over 3,000 members supporting saving the bridge. And I know, like Mr. Hodges that spoke earlier, there are a lot of people who are not on Facebook that have the same feelings. Just to address the gentleman that spoke against saving the bridge, that bridge has been there, I think it's approaching 100 years now, approximately 80 years. No one that I know of has ever had the problems that he spoke about with kids going out there, jumping off of it, being killed and that kind of thing. And the bridge has been there for all that time. I don't think that would change if the bridge is preserved. But we do have an opportunity here to preserve a piece of our history, and I don't think that the opportunity should be squandered. I think that the state should allow time for a plan to be developed to save the bridge. There are people here who are willing to do what it takes to make that happen if we are allowed the time to do that. So I appreciate y'all being here, and thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. That concludes the public comment portion of tonight's meeting. I want to thank all of you for attending.